Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trek Yards. He's Commander Cocking.
He is Captain Foley.
That's right. And you are like a son to me. You're like the good son that I've always wanted. I mean, I have Thomas, I have Christian, but you know what? You're the good one, the good son.
And by Grapthar's hammer, what a joke.
Whoa, see, that was clever. That's good. Wrong universe, but that's good.
Well, that's why. Well, it links to the first joke I made with Captain.
Foley.
See? Stuart, we got a ship.
We got a ship.
Wow. We're doubling up on the good jokes this week. So this is an interesting one, Stuart. I had never seen this before. And it's in a book, a sketchbook. Here it is. It's the Good Son, like you said. It's a First Contact, unused proposed ship by John Goodson, who's on the production. Never made it further. Axe Yeager ended up being the guy that made all the ships. But this was one of the presented designs. And I saw this and I was like, holy, we need to talk about this. Have you ever seen it before? And what do you think?
I have not seen it before, and I'm very impressed. There's some goodness here that I can dig into, and I love it. I don't know if you want me to just start with that.
Just start. Or... Go. Yeah. Say what you're thinking.
Okay. Some of the best things I noticed right off the hop are the mega phasers, very reminiscent of what we got on the Miranda, or the old Avenger class, which became the Miranda, and incorporated into the pylon struts there. Again, probably using the advantage of the plasma feeds going through there to like up the power for those, so that's good. And then the second thing right away I noticed is the marriage of the TNG warp nacelles with the refit era warp nacelles. They kind of go from TNG and right back to the refit, even on the side, the chiller grills, the way the registry's put, and then the inner little fins. So there's a lot here that looks really nice first go, and I want to see this ship more now. I'm excited.
I'm shocked I've never seen this before. I absolutely love this. It comes together really well. I know I already really like the Archer from Renegades, and this saucer is almost identical, so I like this shape anyway. But the way, the great bridge dome with details, not so clean the phaser strips, but that's okay. I'm assuming this is sort of when they've at least seen some sketches of the E, because you can kind of feel a bit of that. But yeah, the retro nature of the nacelles is really interesting, and this would have had to been a CGI model, and clearly a in-between era, something in there. I guess maybe even Enterprise C and then they refit the source or something. It's hard to work out where exactly. It probably would have felt a little bit odd in the First Contact, because it would have looked like the oldest ship by a mile, sort of. Because we've got all new ships that had all new vibes. But I've never seen a ship like this in terms of the nacelle configuration. I really actually like the things that just stick on the side. I'm not sure what they're necessarily going for, although it kind of feels like superchargers almost. Like a way to kind of both marry the pieces and get the most out of each. Because I don't necessarily... I don't know, do you think these are literally refit nacelles? They just put new facades on? Because now I'm looking at the lines, how the lines are at the front. Is it just a refit nacelle? They refitted the nacelle?
I would say no.
Okay.
No, there's not enough of a similarity at the front for me, anyway.
But if you look at how the bottom lines are of the facades, you can always just slide the facade out. It's like a circle piece, and then you put the other original piece of the facade back in, and then maybe the other top piece is there to combine it all. Because if you look at the back, even like how the connection point is, it's very refit of the nacelle, and the second half onwards is just refit. There's nothing really else there. Because would you scratch build a half refit nacelle, half facade, little bit of extra? Like, would that make sense as a fresh build?
Yes, because this is probably upsized quite a bit from. Scaling wise, those wouldn't be the size of refit nacelles. I don't think.
The windows aren't that huge though.
I know, but
they definitely are longer. They're definitely longer.
Yes, which looks great. I'm glad they're not short and stubby. Yeah, it even has sort of some Titan feel to it, with that rear upper secondary hull, just the way that's shaped. Yeah, and I wish we could get another view of it, because it looks like it's got a split deflector at the bottom there.
Maybe. It's really hard to tell, honestly. This is all there ever was. I would love to know what he was thinking here. That'd be interesting. I could kind of see that working.
Yeah, yeah. To see this from the side, get the profile view, and just kind of get another 3/4 like lower view would be amazing, because I would love to see what was the design idea here. Um, it's nice. It's nice.
So it's obviously vaguely inspired, but it's still trying to be its own thing. And Jim Martin, love him to death as designs, but he goes a bit more out of the box than with loads of them designed. They were kind of like, oh, this is a unique one. This is trying to stay in the box, but do new things with the box. Although I'm looking at the lines specifically, and you follow the saucer back to the pylons. I could see the secondary hull splitting off, honestly.
Oh yeah, I could too.
And then being not necessarily pods, but interchangeable pieces, we've seen that sort of with the Nebula with the top pod, but to see an entire secondary hull pop off, that could be a really interesting. Like, how do you refit? How do you change mission profile? Well, the source with the living space is the people. Warp nacelles, we know they're good, but when you kind of like the Runabout in a sense, or like not Space Dock 2, Thunderbird 2, if you put an entire new secondary hull with all of the tech stuff.
Yeah. See, depending on how that bottom is shaped, it'd be interesting if there actually is a split deflector there, where two small ones on each side and then a main one, and then when it splits, the main one comes off with the main part of the ship, leaving the pod with two deflector pods, or two deflector dishes, and then the middle part, since the other part's detached from it, could be like a, either a shuttle carrier or something. Like, there's a lot of functionality you could work into that, and you could definitely have interchangeable secondary hulls for this. I really like that idea, actually.
And even seeing it, incredibly flat, just a saucer with the pylons and the nacelles, I think would look really nice, actually. Like, very thin and frail in a sense. But I think that actually the shapes are so nice. Minimalist, but nice.
Yeah, like, this is a fantastic design. Now I really want to see this 3D modeled, and it gives me so many ideas, actually.
Yeah. So I also, like I said, like the bridge module, how it starts out organic, ends hard-edged, goes back further than you expect it to. Like I said, the phaser strips is doing its own thing. Being either side of the bridge like that just seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, I would have pushed those up to just
the standard
a little
places.
bit above. Yeah, a little bit above where the escape pods are, and run them back. But
so I think the biggest thing with this design is the potential for me, an improved secondary hull. I would need, if I was fleshing this out, to see an E-style secondary hull that goes all the way right front. Give it that nice curved side profile. Kind of lose that chunkiness at the back a little bit. Give it a really sleek thing. Then it would be just right there for me. What do you think?
It would look good. As you were saying that, I'm like, okay, I kind of disagree with them. I kind of like the bulkiness and the chunkiness of that, in comparison with the sleekness of the saucer and the way those nacelles are shaped. But yeah, I can see multiple different design iterations for that secondary hull, and there could be a lot of different versions of it. And I think that would be a really fantastic idea. I love the idea of an interchangeable fleet. The main saucer and nacelles are always kind of the same, but you hook up to different modules for going into battle, going into scientific, doing a scientific study. I think that's a fantastic idea, and probably a good way to do a fleet, actually.
Or at least a subclass within the fleet, like the very, of all trades sort of man, and the ship, and the way the Bassards and those random connection pieces are, they look like they're interchangeable. So I could see the coils being the same, but they design it so they're the raw coils, but the circuitry, the intermix, stuff that makes them go, is also in those parts, so they can just like change them out as modules and upgrade them slowly as they go. I could see that being a thing. Yeah.
Now, do you like the mega phaser idea, with on the struts like that, kind of like a big kick-ass phaser?
I mean, honestly, they would probably hit the saucer, which is a problem.
It's a little bit of a problem. But if they didn't hit the saucer, let's say.
Yeah, that's that. Because I like them. I like the pylons being flat-ish. If you up them, I don't think it'll look as good. There's a certain uniqueness. So
I think they are up. That's the vibe I'm getting up slightly, and I disagree. I don't like the flat idea.
Well, yeah, I guess up just enough to have the clearance. It's such an old concept, mega phasers, and never really went anywhere in canon, that it's kind of like a your era of concept, a side fanny concept, or so it's probably too powerful a concept for this sort of thing. Maybe more if they're pulse phasers, I could buy more. Kind of like give that extra, which is really not that drastic a concept change. That's just shifting it one gear. I would probably rather see impulse engines in the pylons. Probably if I was to do that. But in basics, that it works weirdly. It works well with the kind of not Frankenstein aesthetic, but it's pulling, because like I say, all I see is Archer class from Renegade Saucer. So I see future there, old nacelle. So it's a nice Frankenstein. So Megaphase like, yes, cool. They ripped them out of a Reliant, said this thing needs guns. Yoink, they work. Brilliant. We're now at 180% phaser power. Awesome. So that way, yes. I'm just kind of seeing how I would tweak it into a more contemporary version. But yeah, I like that he went that far, because you can tell he's a big fan, or at least was at ILM and had the miniature of the Reliant and was like, ooh, that detail. Yeah. Now, what do you think?
You can see a few refit era influences here for sure. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. What do you think about? There's a big sort of empty space at the front of the saucer. It's weirdly big, and the rim is also weirdly big. What do you think about making that little slit, rather than like a 10 forward, a sort of Nova style deflector? Oh, the secondary deflector, I should say. But like a thin one. Kind of like, I guess, what's in the Discovery ships or the Enterprise.
It should just be like the scanner on kit. The just like a sensor.
Maybe not quite, but I could see. What do you think? There's some sort of a thin deflector something.
No, I kind of disagree. I would love that to be a bank of windows and be like their 10 forward equivalent. That'd be kind of neat.
It's just so much space there,
Yeah, but
okay. I'm opting in. Yeah, but I'm really, although also, well, I was about to say really impressed. There's no torpedo launchers unless inside the deflector are torpedo launchers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It looks like if you look on the far side, you see like it's a pod. You can't really see it on this side. You can see the front of it a little bit, and it doesn't look like a torpedo, because I was looking at that earlier. But if those were like torpedo launcher modules on the side, that'd be like sick. Just loaded with torpedoes, just ready for battle. That in combination with the bigger mega or pulse phasers there, this thing would have a lot of punch.
Yep, and almost defined in the sense they come from these very unified 2-2 formations. So you got phasers, phaser, torpedo, torpedo, ba-dumph, ba-dumph. Oi. No, I'm really impressed with the design, actually. And this is at first contact, never used. I can see why they went more Alex Jaeger's alternates, because this might be too old school for them. The brief for them was kind of like the E. This isn't like the E, but it's maybe too conventional, and so they didn't go any further. But now we're past that. Love it. I think it's really, really cool.
I could see this being a new STO design at some point.
Or maybe Thomas will watch this and take inspiration. And
looking at you, Thomas.
We are looking at you, Thomas. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Actually, one of my I like them more than most designs. I'm actually really pleased with it.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a fantastic design. I'm glad you showed me this, because I had not seen this. And don't know if John Goodson has designed anything else, because I'd like to see. I love how I named it the Goodson class.
Well, I think John freeze dropping in the book. There isn't any reference to the that, but I think John was like, "It's a Goodson class," because John likes to be nice like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, fantastic design. Really love it, and a lot of potential here.
Probably should give a little bit. I just googled John Goodson. I know the name. I just don't know his repertoire off the top of my head. So he was first a model maker on Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country, and became model supervisor for Generations and First Contact. And he can supervise the construction Enterprise E, and then also helped work out the CGI version as well. So there you go.
There you go.
And he worked Into Darkness as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I would like to see more from him, because this is interesting. I would like to see more ships with this kind of influence.
He was also a concept designer on Galaxy Quest. Galaxy Quest.
There you go.
And did model work on all 3 Star Wars prequels. Damn.
There you go. So, guys, let us know in the comments what you guys think about this design. Is it one you would like to have seen? Is there anything you'd want to change? Is there anything you think that you see there? Like, are they mega phasers? If you're a fan of the Miranda and originally the Avenger class, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, let us know in the comments down below. We love getting your input. We have a great community, and we love hearing from you guys. Speaking of, make sure you join our lives where we can interact with you directly and live. And the best way to do that is to hit subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, make sure you're subscribed, and notify so you get notified of all of our lives. We do quite a few every week, episode reviews, sometimes, talking about our favorite ships or whatever. There's always an interesting conversation, so please join that. And don't forget to hit the like button on this video.
Yes, that's the free way, but you can support us the financial way via Super Chats on those said lives, which is a really, really great way. Patreon, another super duper great way. And one-time donation at trekyards@hotmail.com. Please do if you can, but if you can't, just keep enjoying, keep sharing, keep saying hi.
That's right. And you can join the channel as well at the rank of commander, captain, or admiral. Just a fun way to help us out, especially if you join those lives every time, because you get little emojis and cool stuff, badge beside your name, and you feel all important and stuff. So please consider hitting the join button beside the subscribe button and checking out how you can help us out as well. So until next time, guys, I'm Captain Foley.
I am Quantum.
See you later.
Bye, guys.